Hey everyone, it's Rob with Passport to the Parks, and today is Monday, December the 2nd, and I'm here at Disney's Hollywood Studios to take a ride on the Disney Skyliner. It's been a little while since I've been on, so I'm going to jump on today. It's actually a cooler 64 degrees here in Florida, so I'm really excited to get on there and feel the difference between a hot day and a nice cold day here in Florida. And it's actually a little, it's balmy, it's breezy, the wind's kicking up a little bit, so it'll be an interesting ride to see how the gondolas react once we're up there to a little bit of wind and a little bit of chillier weather. So we're going to have some fun. Visit passporttotheparks.com, and you know all the great stuff. Follow me on all that social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. That's all great. And subscribe here on YouTube as well if you haven't done so. Truly appreciate that. So with that being said, let's get on board, and we're going to head over to the Caribbean Beach, maybe over to Epcot, and who knows, maybe we'll check out Pop Century and Art of Animation as well. And of course, it never gets old watching the Skyliners leave the station. As many times as you see it, it's always beautiful. So you can see it is fairly breezy right now. The palm trees are really swaying in the wind there. The gondolas don't look to be swaying too much as I look down the line here, so that's a good sign. But once you're up there, once we get to the highest points, especially going over Epcot, we're going to definitely feel some of that wind. So it'll be interesting to see how much the gondola actually sways once we're on board. So it's about 11:30 a.m. right now, and you can see there's hardly any queue here. This is the best time to ride, is midday. It should just take probably less than a minute to get on board. Now we always remember, similar to other gondola systems around the world, flights aboard the Disney Skyliner may occasionally be interrupted with stops and delays. And from here, we're going to head over to the Caribbean Beach. From Caribbean Beach, then we can pick the Art of Animation, Pop Century, Riviera Resort, or onto Epcot. And of course, for those of you who've never seen one of my videos, I always like to explain a little bit what's going on in the station here. You have a forward track, and then you have a rear secondary track. The forward track is where you will board just walking on. You can simply walk into the gondola and head to your destination. The rear track, they hold gondolas back here for people with special needs. If you're riding in a wheelchair, or if you have to take a little bit more time to load, the gondola can be fully stopped back here. Once you're on board, the gondola just simply enters that forward track and joins the line, heads to your destination. We're going to see it right here. This gondola will just join the forward track, and another gondola takes its place. You can see how those hanger arms are just moving around. Now the track will actually shift and allow that gondola to go onto the forward track. Really a cool process. And there it goes. Now let's go catch our gondola. All right, we're going to jump on number 281 here. It's a plain teal gondola. Take our seat. I actually requested a plain gondola with no wrap on it so we get some good views. A little bit of a reflection in here, but that's okay. Hey everybody. Bye-bye. All right, so we'll see. Now, the more people you have on the gondola, the more weight you have. I think the smoother the ride, because it actually weighs the gondola down a little bit, so there's less sway. But it still should be a pretty smooth ride once we're up here. You can see those palm trees are swaying in the wind.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner.
Nice and smooth so far.
Hollywood Studios. We are on our way to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort with connecting flights to Epcot International Gateway, Disney's Pop Century Resort, and Disney's Art of Animation Resort.
I love it so much.
We hope you enjoyed your visit to Hollywood today. Now wave goodbye to your adoring fans below.
Now they've actually shut the windows in here today. The side vents are actually open. Let's see, and they have one behind me that's open as well. So a little bit of an airflow. It's just a nice moderate temperature in here, but if we were to open these windows right now, as cool as it is today, it would be really freezing inside here. So it's a very, very nice temperature in here right now. You can see those palm trees are blowing in the wind, but we are not blowing at all. I mean, it feels really good. There's no swaying at all.
In just a few moments, we will be traveling over the headwaters of the Everglades. The water that flows from the protected wetlands around Walt Disney World Resort travels all the way to the Everglades, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Gulf of Mexico.
Got some helicopters flying on overhead today. There's one that was actually hovering over Hollywood Studios for a while today. So there's some rumors that there might be some X-Wings that's going to fly over Star Wars, over Galaxy's Edge. These X-Wings have been spotted. They're like drone X-Wings, and they're huge. They're like the size of an SUV. And they actually have them housed in a tent. I can't see it right now. We're just a little too high above the trees, but
did you know that the entire
that's what we
Walt
really
Disney
need to
World
see.
Resort is over 40 square miles? That's about the same size as the city of San Francisco and double the island of Manhattan.
Really pretty view up here. And again, this is one of the highest points, and it is a windy day, and I don't feel any breeze at all. And especially when you're moving, you really don't feel much at all. Sometimes when the gondola stops, if you're sitting still, you might get a little rocking motion, you might get a little bit of that wind. But if you're moving right along, then it really, really feels good. It's really smooth. And again, it's just so quiet up here. It's so serene.
We will be arriving at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort shortly. All passengers must disembark and transfer at this station. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed the most magical flight on Earth.
Maximum of 10 guests, but I'm riding alone. For the most part, they're just putting their families together or single riders, especially when it's not busy like right now. At night, you might have to ride with some different people, but that's really not a big deal. And you can always request, you know, it never hurts to ask one of the cast members if you need something special.
Until the doors automatically open. When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings,
and this is the yard. This is where all the gondolas are stored.
Por favor, permanezcan sentados hasta que las puertas se abran automáticamente.
You can see there's some extra gondolas over there.
Por favor, cuide a sus pequeñitos, reúna sus pertenencias y observe sus pasos. Gracias por volar con nosotros.
All right, it's a pretty fast approach when you come in. It's a lot of fun, and then it slows right down. All right, this is the Caribbean Beach. We're going to jump off here. We're going to take a quick look at the Caribbean Beach, and then we'll jump on another line. We're just going to keep having some fun. We're going to test the wind theory today.
Welcome, sir.
Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, welcome to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. Transfers to parks and resorts. All right, we're inside the main hub now. This is Disney's Caribbean Beach. And just to our right is the line over to Epcot, which stops at the Riviera Resort first. It's not quite open yet, so it passes through, but eventually it will stop there if you need to get off. And you can see there is that secondary track as well for Epcot. The Hollywood Studios line is straight ahead. That's the line we just came off. And again, they have their secondary track for any kind of special needs loading. And just to our left is Pop Century and Art of Animation. Same thing, they have that secondary track. So everybody has a chance to ride. Everybody can enjoy the Disney Skyliner no matter what your needs are. All right, so we're going to head over to Art of Animation and Pop Century, one of my favorite lines. We go over Hourglass Lake. It's really, really pretty, so let's jump on board. All right, now we're going to jump on 331, another uncovered gondola. Looks like we're going to have some people joining us today, so that's fine. Just doing a little filming. Got Peter Pan ahead of us there, so slowly moving out of the station. above us is the bull wheel, this big red wheel. This is actually powering the haul rope. This is what drives the system, and this is what pulls the gondolas out of the station. And off we go, smooth as butter.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. Now get ready to travel back in time and enter the animated worlds of Disney. We are on our way to Disney's Pop Century Resort and Disney's Art of Animation Resort.
Another beautiful view from up here. Can't really feel the wind at all. It just feels really nice. Isn't it beautiful?
Beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful, yes. It's different, huh? You're flying.
Yeah. Feels really good. It's nice and quiet.
Yeah, nice and quiet, yes.
Hear a little bit of wind whistling through the gondolas. Again, the windows are closed.
Just ahead and
Now
to the
it's
right
okay.
is Disney's Art of Animation
Look
Resort.
at how beautiful that
A
is over there.
larger-than-life resort that celebrates the creative magic that goes into crafting Disney animated films, from sketches to reality. On your left is Disney's Pop Century Resort, a memorable resort that celebrates the way we lived, played, and communicated with each other throughout the 20th century.
I think this is my favorite spot in the entire system, is going over Hourglass Lake. It's just so pretty.
We are now gliding over the sparkling waters of Hourglass Lake. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the most magical flight on Earth.
Every time I see it, it just gets more and more beautiful.
In just a few moments, we will be arriving at the only floating Skyliner station at Walt Disney World Resort. Passengers can disembark here for Disney's Pop Century Resort and for Disney's Art of Animation Resort. Thank you for flying the Disney Skyliner. Bon voyage!
Bon voyage.
Bon voyage.
Please remain seated until the doors automatically open. When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings, and watch your step. Thank you for flying with us.
That's always
Por
fun.
favor, permanezcan
I love coming into the
sentados
stations.
hasta que las puertas se abran automáticamente. Al salir de la cabina,
Of course, there's Mr. Smee ahead of us again.
Pequeñitos, reúna sus pertenencias y observe sus pasos. Gracias por volar con nosotros.
Bye-bye.
So guys, watch your step. Just be careful, someone spilled a soda here. Be very careful. Have a great day.
Thank you. That was so pretty. I mean, look at how beautiful that is.
Watch your step. Just be careful. Thank you.
So here we are on the Generation Gap Bridge. This is where the station exits, and you can also enter back onto the Skyliner here at Pop Century and Art of Animation. They actually added these signs recently, which I love. I think these are my favorite Disney Skyliner signs out of all the stations right now. Just a lot of whimsy, really, really a lot of fun. So again, another secondary loading track. All of these stations have the secondary loading track except the Riviera Resort, where it's just a pass-through, where they actually do slow down the gondolas enough for them to load any kind of special needs there. So a little bit of a different station there, but everything works really, really great. Can't wait to see that open so we can finally see it in operation once we get over there. You can see the hours of operation for the Skyliner. Disney's Hollywood Studios, 8 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Epcot, 8 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. And Pop Century and Art of Animation, 8 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. You're going to see these signs at all the stations. You never know when you might occasionally have to stop on the line, but you never stop for very long. Unless there's a real serious issue, but hopefully nothing like that will occur. Great shot of the secondary track back here. All right, let's jump on board. All right, we're going to jump on board at 262, another uncovered gondola. The uncovered gondolas are actually my favorite to ride in because you can actually get the nice pictures. But if I were to pick a gondola to ride in, I think it would be right in front of us here. It would be that Scrooge McDuck one. I think that's definitely one of my favorite ones. Got his nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie on the other side.
Enjoy your plate.
Thank you. There's the other end of the bull wheel that's turning that haul rope for us. Now the engines are actually at the Caribbean beach, so that's where all the drive systems are that drives the bull wheel. And then over on the other side here, there's actually a hydraulic arm that puts tension. Let me wait till they're done talking here.
We are on our way to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort with connecting flights to Disney's Hollywood Studios and Epcot International Gateway.
Okay, so at these stations, at the exterior stations like Pop
We are
Century
now
here,
gliding over Hourglass Lake.
I'm not going to get a conversation in
Please
today.
sit back, relax, and enjoy the most magical flight on Earth.
But there's a hydraulic arm that pulls tension onto the haul rope, so that's what is able to keep that tension and keep that haul rope so taut in order for the gondolas not to sink down into the water. Can head up a little bit onto the sheaves. And the sheaves are the wheels that are turning on the towers here. A little bit of a swing right now. The wind's kicking up a little bit. You can see, let me zoom in a little bit on Scrooge. You can see it swaying back and forth just a bit. We're actually doing the same, but I mean, you really cannot feel it. You can kind of tell that you're moving a little bit, but it is not uncomfortable at all. It's not scary at all. It just still feels really smooth, really beautiful up here. Gorgeous view of the Caribbean Beach Resort.
In just a few moments, we will be arriving at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. All passengers must disembark or transfer at this station. We hope you enjoyed your journey, and thank you for flying the Disney Skyliner.
See Spaceship Earth off in the distance there. This is actually Trinidad over to our right, the Caribbean Beach. And right there, with that green rooftop, that is the Spyglass Grill. And that is a fantastic place to go grab some lunch or some dinner. Wonderful food. So you can disembark here at the Caribbean Beach. There's a simple path that as you exit, the path just takes you right over, around the lake, over the bridge, and you can walk right through Trinidad. It takes about 5 minutes to walk over there and have an amazing lunch or dinner over at Spyglass. It's one of my favorite places to eat.
Please remain seated until the doors automatically open. When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings, and watch your step. Thank you for flying with us.
Whoa, yeah, that was a little bouncy coming in. But that was cool. All right, 262, you were a good cabin for us. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Have a magical day.
All right, again, there's the Spyglass Grill across the Barefoot Bay. Gorgeous, gorgeous day. Perfect day. All right, time to jump on board the Epcot line. This is going to be the longest line. Again, it goes through the Riviera Resort. It'll pass through, and it'll end over at Epcot. It's about 15 minutes to get over there. And there's another sign here. It says, "Attention passengers, all guests must disembark upon conclusion of your flight to Epcot. You may then reboard for return service." And I think that's exactly what we're going to do. You notice that each one of the gondola has a little green light right by the door there. And that actually lets the cast member know that the gondola is in service. If that light were red, then the cast member would know that the gondola was out of service for whatever reason and they would not be able to use it. So you can see this one is in service. It has the green light. Hopefully we'll get this uncovered gondola here.
You may join me.
Number 118 here. Another uncovered gondola. All right, we got Clarabelle Cow ahead of us. And we've temporarily stopped inside the station. You can actually hear the bells ringing above us. Once the gondolas start back up, you'll hear the bells will ring 3 times.
Temporarily delayed. We will resume your journey as soon as possible. Your flight as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience.
So you can hear the announcements overhead here. That's where temporarily stopped.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. We are now resuming your journey and will take flight momentarily. Please stand clear of all cabins. Thank you.
Oh, that's just a wheelchair.
So it might be a little hard to hear over the microphone, but you can really hear that humming noise in the background. That is the engine. That is the drive engine that you hear. Again, it's driving this bull wheel, this red wheel, and that's what spins the haul rope around. So as the gondola leaves the station, the grip on top of the hanger arm is going to grab onto the haul rope. You can see right ahead of us there. And the haul rope is going to pull us out of the station. So you see this massive bull wheel, you can hear it, that engine driving in the background. And once we leave the station, it's going to be like virtually silent. It's a little bumpy going over the sheaves there. Let me get back into the center. All right, so we'll see how this feels up here. This is going to be the very highest route over to
Welcome aboard,
Epcot.
Islanders. You are on the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. We're flying to Disney's Riviera Resort with continuing flights to Epcot.
It's so beautiful up here. Now I can hear the wind.
Hold on to your straw hats. We are about to enter the heart of the Caribbean.
So if we're going to feel any of that wind, this is where we're going to feel it up here. We're very high. This is the highest route. And you can really hear the wind whistling outside.
We are now sailing over Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, home to a collection of tropical villages inspired by the colorful architecture and lifestyle of the Caribbean islands.
You can see the Guardians of the Galaxy building there. The top of the Wonders of Life Pavilion, Spaceship Earth. You can actually see the Contemporary out in the distance there. That is really, really cool. And the top of Cinderella Castle.
We will be arriving at Disney's Riviera Resort, a Disney vacation club that celebrates the relaxing seaports and romantic vistas of Europe's Mediterranean coast.
Beautiful Riviera, going to open up, I believe, on December 16th. Hopefully you can hear that wind, because it is really whistling out there.
Ciao, bonjour, and bienvenue. Hello, and welcome to Disney's Riviera Resort. If you are traveling to Epcot, please remain on board.
Beautiful shot of the Riviera.
Please remain seated until the doors automatically open. When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings, and watch your step. Thank you for flying with us.
Por favor, permanezcan sentados hasta que las puertas
So eventually,
se abran
once the Riviera opens, you will be able to disembark here. But for now, they're going to ask us to stay on board since the Riviera is not open yet. So they should give us a little bit of a spiel here. Hello. Thank you. Takes about a minute or so to pass through the station.
For your safety, please remain seated, supervise children, and refrain from smoking in the cabins. Thank you.
Now the track on the other side here is the track that's coming back from Epcot, going over to the Caribbean Beach. Now at this point, this is where they could slow the gondolas down or stop them if need be in order to load a wheelchair or any sort of a special needs. You can see that guests are getting on board here that were probably over at the Aruba side of Caribbean Beach here. You can actually walk through, there's an entrance. You just can't disembark right now. There goes Clarabelle. Hi, Clarabelle. And Horace Horsecollar. Now this is going to take us straight up, and this is going to take us down Buena Vista Drive. We're going to cross over Buena Vista, and then we're going to go down the side of Buena Vista.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Riviera Resort. If you're just joining us, we are on our way to Epcot. Ladies and gentlemen,
Epcot to our
we
right.
invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the most magical flight on Earth.
This feels so good in here. And again, if we were to open up these windows, the temperature would drop significantly in here because that wind flow, and as chilly as it is today, it would really get cold inside the gondolas here. So it's a good thing that they do have the windows closed. Perfect temperature in here right now. Nice and calm, nice and cool. See if we can get some of these cool buses down here.
We are now traveling along Buena Vista Drive.
There's the Figment bus.
Roadway and the city of Lake Buena Vista were established in 1969 when Walt Disney World Resort was first being developed.
All right, this is where it gets a little wide open up here.
Buena Vista Street in Burbank,
And we do have a little bit of a
where the Walt
sway.
Disney Company
This is
headquarters
pretty
are
normal.
still
This is where,
located
if you're
today.
going to feel it, you're going to feel it right through here, definitely. Yeah, we can feel the gondola rocking back and forth just a little bit right now, but nothing too serious. You can see they got some cranes in the distance there. That's probably going to be the construction for the new cove, which is going to be a new tower that's being constructed over at the Swan and Dolphin Resort. Now that is not actually Disney-owned property, the Swan and Dolphin. That is owned by Marriott Resorts, and they're going to be building a brand new tower.
Pack your passports. We are on our way to
Yeah, that wind
Epcot
is really
International
kicking through here
Gateway.
now.
When we
It's not
arrive,
moving us around
remember
much, but
to
you
use
can
your
really
My Disney
feel that wind
Experience
outside.
mobile app, or visit a FastPass Plus kiosk to review your worldly itinerary for the day.
Yeah, we're swaying pretty good. You can tell that we're kind of fighting against the wind right now. But it feels really good. I mean, I don't feel nervous at all. Look at those palm trees. They're swaying pretty good. Beautiful Tower of Terror there in the distance. That's where we started, over at Hollywood Studios.
Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few moments, we will be taking a scenic spin around the Skyliner turn station. Please remain seated. This station was designed for turning only.
So we're definitely not going to disembark here. This is just a 90-degree turn that's going to take us over, turn us towards Boardwalk, and then eventually head into Epcot. And it's just like heading into a station. You get a little bit of a stopping point here. It rocks back a little bit. Then a nice smooth run through the station. Swan and Dolphin Resort, and we're going to go over the Boardwalk parking lot. We'll see the Boardwalk on our left. And this is going to take us into the International Gateway at Epcot. So we've reattached to the haul rope. Now we're going to head back up. Another pretty tall tower here.
Coming into view is Disney's Boardwalk Inn and Disney's Boardwalk Villas. From elegant dining and magical lounges to lively entertainment just off the shores of Crescent Lake, this charming seaside resort relives the golden era of Atlantic beach towns and turn-of-the-century amusement parks.
Definitely one of my favorite resorts to visit, come to the boardwalk, all kinds of great entertainment here. Plus you can walk around, you can see the Yacht and Beach Club, you can walk over to the Swan and Dolphin. A lot of great dining there, but we're heading into the International Gateway and we're actually going to see a nice shot of Ratatouille being built.
If you are planning to visit World Showcase today, now might be a good time to practice your holas, ni haos, and konnichiwas. When you arrive at each nation's pavilion, cultural hosts will be waiting to greet you in their native language, helping make your visit to Epcot a truly international exchange.
All right, Ratatouille coming summer of 2020. Cannot wait for this attraction. This is going to be so much fun. We've been working hard on the facade. It's going to be like we're in downtown Paris. It's going to be so pretty back here now. They're really making a whole world back here, a whole city. All kinds of new buildings. It's going to be a nice crepe restaurant back here, probably some new shopping.
Joy, hope, and friendship. Welcome.
Yeah, that looks pretty amazing.
Please remain seated until the doors automatically open. When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings, and watch your step. Thank you for flying with us.
Por favor, permanezcan sentados hasta que las puertas se abran automáticamente. Al salir de la cabina, por favor, cuide a sus pequeñitos, reúna sus pertenencias y observe sus pasos.
All right,
Gracias
beautiful.
por volar.
We're going to disembark here and we should jump back on and head back over to the Caribbean Beach. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much, appreciate it. All right, again, the secondary track for any kind of special needs.
Okay, you have fun. That's the smartest place to park for rides.
Really elegant station here. International Gateway, another beautiful station, just gondola watch. It's so nice just to sit here and watch them come in and out of the station. It's a beautiful station, beautiful artwork on the front. See you later, Pete. All right, we're going to jump back on board here at the International Gateway. Head back over to the Caribbean Beach.
For your safety, please remain seated, supervise children, and refrain from smoking in the cabin.
All right, we're going to head into 146.
I'm not going backwards, so I'm sitting here.
And here we go. We're actually on with some first timers today. I'm with Whitney and what's your daughter's name again?
Ava.
Ava?
Yep.
Whitney and Ava. So this is their first time riding, so we're going to get their reactions. If there's any screaming in the background, then we'll know.
It's me.
A little nervous, but I think they're going to do just fine. Little bumpy going over the sheaves, but once you get up onto the haul rope, it's very smooth.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Epcot International Gateway. We're flying to Disney's Riviera Resort with a final stop at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
That's all the construction for Ratatouille there.
We hope you enjoyed your visit to Epcot and World Showcase. Did you learn how to say hello in a different language today?
It's not bad. What do you think?
Not too bad? It's so smooth and it's quiet up here. Now, to be honest, once we get over to the line there by Buena Vista Drive, It gets a little bit higher,
Flying
and if we
past
feel
Disney's
any wind, you
Boardwalk
might feel a
Inn
little bit
and
there,
Disney's Boardwalk Villas.
but it's nothing bad.
This charming lakeside resort offers magical lounges, enchanting restaurants, and live entertainment on the boardwalk every evening.
Yeah, it is a good view of Tower of Terror.
You guys doing okay?
It's very calm
It is.
and quiet.
That's what's so deceiving. I tell people all the time, I'm like, it's so peaceful up here. And I'm actually glad that there's no music. I was hoping for music on board, but I think music would take away from the ambiance of it.
And even when you go through that, it's not too bad.
No, it's just a little rumble.
There's a lot more unwrapped ones than I remember. Like from Hollywood Studios, I feel like most of them are wrapped. This one, I'm seeing a lot of unwrapped ones.
Yeah, it's pretty sporadic as far as the wraps. They load the gondolas onto the haul rope however
We are now
See fit.
approaching the Skyliner turn station. While this special station was designed just for turning, other Skyliner stations were designed to complement their unique environments. From the glamour of Disney's Hollywood Studios to the laid-back islands of Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
they. So you're going to feel a little bit of a jar. It'll tilt back a little bit once we go into the station because it's going to slow down so much. Just a little bit, not bad. That's it. So it's actually released from the haul rope. So now we're on the upper track there. The wheels are pulling us around. And then it's going to reattach. It's going to re-grab to the haul rope, and you'll see how it kind of shoots out there. So it'll tilt back just a little bit. Then it's going to be nice and smooth again.
It's amazing how these things work.
I know, it's incredible.
It's very calm. Chewbacca.
Definitely see things up here that you've never seen before.
Right?
This is all the back of Epcot here.
Looks so different. Like everything up here.
And that's the Riviera Resort up there.
Are you excited for that one?
Yeah, that should open here in the next couple weeks.
We hope you are enjoying your journey on the most magical flight on Earth. We are now traveling along Buena Vista Drive.
So this is actually the highest point out of all the Skyliner runs. This and then over across Caribbean Beach as well. So it doesn't get any higher than this.
Don't look down. Too late.
You doing okay? Yeah.
Isn't this a good birthday present? See?
It's your birthday?
No.
Oh.
Thursday.
Thursday?
My birthday present is Rise of Resistance opening.
Oh yeah, the Rise of the Resistance. That should be pretty amazing.
Hope so. The previews, it looks wild. That's for sure.
Well, that's good.
I'm not crazy about waiting in line for it so long, but you know.
Yeah, some of the lines are deceiving though.
Yeah, I talked to the girl last night. She said that they start working at 4.
It'll be worth the wait. It's supposed to be the best ride that Disney's ever done. So.
In just a few moments, we will be arriving at Disney's Riviera Resort, a Disney vacation club. As one of the most picturesque vacation destinations in the world, the European Riviera has fascinated and inspired many great artists over the centuries, including Walt Disney himself.
It's really cool to get selfies up here, like high selfies, and you can see everything down below you.
See, this is, I think, where we saw them in September, and they looked like they were like swaying back
Yeah.
and forth. We were on this road, and I was like,
Well, once you get some weight on board, if you notice, this one has some people on it, but if there's no weight, if there's nobody on board, they do sway a little bit more. So the more weight you have, the better the ride is going to be.
I think this
Welcome
resort's
to
beautiful.
Disney's Riviera Resort. If you are traveling to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, Disney's Hollywood Studios, Disney's Pop Century Resort, or Disney's Art of Animation Resort, please remain on board.
Show proof that you wrote it.
Please remain seated until the doors automatically open. When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings, and watch your step.
This is fun
Thank
going
you
into
for
the
flying
station.
with us.
Por favor, permanezcan sentados hasta que las puertas se abran automáticamente. Al salir de la cabina, por favor, cuide a sus pequeñitos, reúna sus pertenencias y observe sus pasos.
Awesome so far?
Gracias por volar con nosotros.
No, this is just passing through. Eventually, once the Riviera opens, you'll be able to get off here, but for now, it's just...
I think the resort's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
You have about 5 more minutes to arrive to Caribbean Beach Resort.
Thank you.
Enjoy your flight, guys.
All right, we made our way through the Riviera station. Donald and Daisy over there. We're going to shoot our way back out over the Caribbean beach. Another one of the prettiest runs.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Riviera Resort, a Disney vacation club. If you are just joining us, we are on our way to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort with connecting
Isn't that
flights
beautiful?
to Disney's Hollywood Studios, Disney's Pop Century Resort,
This is
and
Caribbean
Disney's
Beach.
Art of Animation Resort.
This is actually Aruba and then Jamaica
Say bon
right ahead of
voyage
us.
to the Mediterranean. We
Okay.
are about to go island hopping at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
This is the most spread out resort.
On some days you can actually smell Sebastian's, like the grill. It smells so good when you're up here.
It's beautiful.
I know this is gorgeous up here.
It's a beautiful day, too.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, you hear the wind out there?
We are now sailing over Disney's Caribbean
really
Beach
feel it,
Resort.
though.
No, you
Every
can't.
day feels like a Junkanoo celebration.
See, it just goes back and forth just a little bit. This is because we're just so high. On the lower runs, you can't feel this at all. Now, if we were to stop, you'll feel that a little bit more. But once you have the forward motion, it's definitely a lot smoother.
In just a few moments, we will be landing at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
When you come into the station here, look above you, see the big red bull wheel? And you're going to hear like a loud engine noise or a loud fan noise, and that's the engine that's driving the whole system.
Welcome to the islands of Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. All passengers must disembark or transfer at this station. Thank you. We hope you enjoyed the most magical... Please remain seated until the doors automatically open. When exiting the
See it?
cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings, and watch.
So that's what the whole rope is spinning around.
Thank you for flying with us.
And that noise that you hear, that's the engine, the drive that's running it.
Las puertas se abren automáticamente. Al salir de la cabina, por favor, cuide a sus pequeñitos, reúna sus pertenencias y observe sus pasos.
There we go.
Gracias por volar con nosotros.
Hello. All right, you guys did it. Congratulations.
It wasn't that bad at all.
No? It's not that bad. It's a beautiful ride. All right, we're going to jump on the 283. We're going to head back over to Hollywood Studios. The final leg of our journey. So all in all, this takes about 45 minutes to an hour to do all of the lines. It's about a 30-minute round trip to get through Caribbean Beach all the way to Epcot and back, 15 minutes each way. And then it's about 4 minutes over to Pop Century, and 4 minutes back. And then this is about the same, about 4 or 5 minutes to get over to Hollywood Studios. So all in all, on a good day, if there's no crowds, You can get through this in about 45 minutes with no problem. And it's just a lot of fun. It's just a great ride, beautiful scenery, wonderful part of Disney.
Ladies, gentlemen, and islanders of all ages, welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. We're flying to Disney's Hollywood Studios.
So right away it takes us up onto the highest point over the trees. So we're really going to hear that wind kicking up. Hopefully my microphone's sensitive enough that you can hear it actually whistling outside. But as much again as that wind is blowing, you cannot feel it inside the cabin here. Just a little bit of sway back and forth. Oh, that was actually a pretty good gust. Felt that just a little bit, but no, nothing big. It just really feels like you're kind of fighting the wind a little bit as you're going through. Looks like they might slow us down here a little bit. I don't know if we're actually going to stop. But if it does stop this high up with the wind blowing, we should definitely get a lot more swaying than we are when we're moving. Some of the safety tips here. Definitely do not want to rock the cabins. You don't want to stand up. No smoking. There's an emergency call box there. Just push the button for help and that'll put you in touch to one of the dispatchers if you have any sort of an emergency on board. There actually is an emergency kit right below the seat here. And this has some water on board. It has some bags if you are feeling sick. I believe it has some glow sticks or some lighting in there as well, in case there's any sort of an emergency stop that you'll get delayed in the gondolas. There's the entrance to Hollywood Studios.
In just a few minutes, we will be arriving at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Whether you plan to visit a galactic outpost or play with all of Andy's toys, at Disney's Hollywood Studios, everyone can become the stars of their favorite cinematic stories.
You can really hear that wind outside. Very breezy, very windy. You can see that teal gondola was rocking a little bit back and forth. But again, as windy as it is, the ride is very smooth. It feels very good.
Before you walk the red carpet, remember to double check your fast pass.
So there's that tent that I was talking about in the beginning of the video, and that's where the mysterious X-Wings supposedly are housed. They're going to be flying over for the Rise of the Resistance. So that should be really, really cool to see. Actual full-size X-Wings. Pretty full parking lot today. I'm actually parked in 405 down there, so I have to go find my car here eventually.
Ladies, gentlemen, and members of the Academy, welcome to Disney's Hollywood Studios.
And here we are. You can actually hear the Hollywood Studios music start in the background. Beautiful view of Tower of Terror coming in.
Please remain seated until the doors automatically open. When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings, and watch your step. Thank you for flying with us.
Por favor, permanezcan sentados hasta que las puertas se abran automáticamente. Al salir de la cabina, por favor, cuide a sus pequeñitos.
It's like the Wreck-It Ralph gondola ahead of us.
Gracias por volar con nosotros.
And it's time for us to disembark. Hello, thank you. Hello.
Have a great day.
Thank you. All right, beautiful views here. Lake Hollywood. All right, everybody, home sweet home back here at Hollywood Studios. So what did you think? Pretty windy day, but what did you think inside the gondola? I didn't think it was that bad at all. If you have any objections to riding the Disney Skyliner, especially on a windy day, hopefully that'll put those objections to rest and you can come out here, you can enjoy it, really have a great time. Really a beautiful ride, even on a windy day, on a blustery day, still a beautiful, smooth ride. A lot of fun today, so I hope you enjoyed it. Visit passporttotheparks.com. Follow all the social media. Again, please subscribe here on YouTube if you haven't done so. I really do appreciate that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today, and we'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.